Hey, welcome back. I'm excited to share something incredible I just discovered that has truly amazed me. You might already be familiar with it, but it's all new to me and I have to try it. I thought it would be a good idea to conduct some tests before starting my project to determine if creating sand clay is feasible and what the process entails. I'm breaking this large piece where I combined 1 part flour and water with 6 to 8 parts sand. For the smaller piece, I used 1 part flour and water to 2 parts to 3 parts sand, allowing both to dry completely. I plan to use this foam to shape a turtle, which will serve as a foundation for the sand clay I'll be applying. Before I start making sand clay, I want to point out that many of the crafts that I create don't require special tools. This is part of the fun, finding alternative ways to make things work. I believe my flour and water mixture was a bit too watery before I added the sand. I could have added more sand to thicken it up, but we'll see how it turns out. The sun should assist in drying and firming it up. This has been drying in the hot sun for 8 hours. I'll leave it to dry overnight and I'll check it in the morning. I will thicken the flour and water mixture by reducing the amount of water I use. It probably could be a little thicker, but let's see what happens. I'm demonstrating the quantity of paste I have, which will be one component, while the sand will be the other. This means it will be a 1-to-1 ratio of flour and water to sand. I can tell that this paste needs to be thicker for my detailing work, as the clay must maintain its shape. After an hour of drying, I notice the water is evaporating and the sand clay is becoming more solid. This indicates that I should use less water when working with my detailing clay. It's important to get this correct. This is the front of the shell where his head's going to be positioned. I'm now working on the underside of the shell, ensuring to leave an air vent as well. I'm incorporating wire to support his head and legs to the shell. I repurposed an old coat hanger, cutting it up and shaping it as needed. I'm encasing the wire in sand clay, which will harden into a solid rock-like form, firmly securing it to the shell once it dries. I like to add that I have a rough vision of his appearance, but it evolves throughout the process. I make sure to stay inspired while working on the project, continuously incorporating new and improved ideas. By the time I finish, he'll look completely different from my initial concept. I'm currently focusing on the texture of the clay. It's still somewhat moist and not as firm as I prefer, so I'm adding more sand to the mix. I think it's crucial to knead the clay, and that's something I should be doing. I'm kind of rushing myself and I'm kind of skipping this step. Through this entire process, I discovered that after achieving your desired consistency by mixing your flour and water, you should gradually incorporate the sand until you reach your firmness you want. The more sand you include, the stiffer the clay will be. Moreover, adding clay in small amounts to your project helps prevent drooping as it dries, allowing you to continue building as you need.